Yeah, but I think we're going to war, definitely.
I don't think so.
Alright, here we go. Oh, shit, wait. What's this? Alright, 3, 2, and go.
Hey, welcome back. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
First episode of the new year, and we're going to World War III apparently.
Those memes about World War III are hilarious.
That's the worst part. That's why it's like, imagine World War II. How many memes?
If it was possible, they were gonna be, bro.
God,
I think the memes of World War II were like in comics, right? Where
where Captain America.
Captain America, and everybody was
memes.
punching fucking Hitler everywhere, you know. And then where did I see this? I saw this when someone was talking about this whole thing about hashtag punch a Nazi.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
right? And then this whole thing came around like, oh, why can't we do that now when, you know, back in 1940s we were releasing comic books about punching Nazis.
I mean, but they were actually.
But that was my whole argument was like, well, these motherfuckers actually had a
There were
a
actually
superpower.
people in Nazi uniforms that they wanted to punch. Now it's like if you have a different political opinion, you get punched in the face.
You get a view. So this is one of the things that I was saying the other day. That now you're no longer like fighting for what the truth is, right? You're fighting for how you want to feel. The truth no longer matters.
No, your feelings are now the truth.
Exactly.
So there's no such thing as truth.
Exactly. So you're fighting for how you feel. Like it doesn't matter. Somebody come and tell you, no, 2 plus 2 is 4. You're like, no, it's 5. And if it's 4, it offends me. So you start to fight for it. You're fighting for something that's not even real.
You know, I've heard. You know Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
They asked him. They're like, what do you feel like this this progressive movement, social justice, whatever? He's like, it's fine. It's a free country. The problem is when you get elected, and you start making laws.
Yeah.
That start fucking with other people.
That's what I've been saying, bro.
And then he goes and they ask him, when do you think it started? And he says, I'm not shitting on them or I'm not going against them. This is just a fun thought, just throwing it out there. But he thinks it started with psychology in colleges.
Ooh.
Mainly because when you're learning psychology or going into the deeper fields of psychology, your feelings now matter.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's all about.
It's how you were treated as a kid that affects your not only that, but
the whole circle.
Yeah,
Everything,
whole
but,
spectrum.
but the whole thing is now that your feelings matter, now that they come in the forefront, other people have to listen. Before it was all about facts, science, engineers, mathematicians, scientists. Those were the people that were up top. But now in colleges, the people who you look up to now, the gender studies professor, the social justice professor. So now when you go into those classes, it's not all about feelings. That's where things get crazy because now nobody cares about facts and it's not about if you were born a man. I was like, what do you feel like you were today?
That's what I've been telling you. That's what I've been saying. Is like I don't care.
Yeah.
What you want to think, feel, whatever. Don't care. Just don't try to impose your feelings on me, and that I should respect them, right? I like this like when Jordan Peterson says, it's like, yo, like who the fuck are you to demand respect? I don't know you.
I was just watching that video.
They say, who the fuck are you to demand respect from someone? Like that thing mind boggled me, bro. Because I was like, you know, I go everywhere and I feel like I don't demand respect, but I go in there and I respect people. Therefore, I get the same kind of energy back, right?
Yeah.
I don't go there demanding respect. You know, I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I demand respect and say what I want to say, and then people have to kind of just bow their heads and take what I say.
If anything, some situations the opposite for me. It's like I'm not like
What?
Like you go into a situation and you don't think people respect you right away,
Oh.
or you think of,
But
I think that's a minority thing.
that is 100% a minority thing, right? That is.
You go into a room, you're like, this black person, what the fuck they doing?
It's exactly that, bro. It's exactly not only because it's real. I 100%. I back this shit with my life. That shit is real. Like when you before I used to be like, oh no, nah. But yeah, over my 30 years, I'm like, no, this shit is 100% real. Like,
Oh, when just recently, or?
no, I think it was the first year I went to college. Yeah,
Same.
and I was like, holy shit, why am I all with it? First of all, why do I have friends that are mostly black or Latino? You know, I had a couple white friends, but nothing crazy,
Yeah.
right? And then all the whites were the whites. You know, the Asians with the Asians.
Jews with the
Jews
Jews.
the black. You know, there was this weird fucking thing that happened. I think that's the first time that actually like clicked. Because before I used to go to school where it was just Latinos and blacks, right? And then the Latinos, this fucking, you know, what's it called? This separation mentality that we have. It was like, oh, if you were Puerto Rican, you hated the Dominican. If you were Dominican, you hated the.
This is high school.
This is high school, right?
Yeah.
And if you were anything else, you hated the Mexican, right?
Yeah.
And the lack of knowledge, they don't know anything else other than Mexico. Therefore, I was categorized as Mexican. You know, so like
all the South Americans stick together.
So I have to let you.
And then in that, you guys hating each other.
Exactly. It's just a.
Yeah,
it's just a mess, bro. Like. So.
Yeah, but then that.
But it's almost like we're still kind of like, you know, it's like me. If I went into the same room with a black person, I'm like, hey, you're my bro now. When we're in a room full of white people, right? We kind of just gravitate towards each other, like, hey, what's up, bro? You know. So I didn't experience that until I actually went to college, and I was like, holy shit, right? I was like, oh man, this is fucking real. And then as you get older and older and older, it happens more and more and more. And then I think now as adults, you know, you literally can go anywhere, and especially if, like with our clients, you know, and all of a sudden.
To me, it happens more, but the first time it happened was the first. Remember the SEEK program? Like you had to go into, you had to do the summer program before the first semester. So my first day of that summer program, I was wearing a do-rag.
With your long hair?
My long hair,
Dude.
my all black, and then the main advisor, the black short bald guy. I don't remember. He was like the president of the program. He comes up to me, he said, yo, take that off. We're not in the Bronx.
Oh shit.
I was like, oh, what the fuck? So then in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh shit. Everyone from Queens or the school is judging me like based on how I dress, and now I have to think about like how I dress before I come here. So I'm not already.
Did you do it subconsciously or consciously?
No, it was conscious.
Conscious, yeah.
I think I would have did it subconsciously, slowly.
Yeah.
But since it was that outright, like he was like, yo, take it off. We don't do this. Yo,
Yeah.
you do that in the Bronx. You don't do this in Queens College. I was like, oh shit. So then every time you like go into situations, like either it's a party, or I don't know, any type of event where it's like there's a couple minorities, it's always that these people are always looking for something to judge you.
Yeah, no, it is. It's definitely real. How the hell did we start talking about race here?
I don't know.
World War III. We ended up in World War III, bro.
That shit is always a topic.
My theory when it comes to this World War III is that the impeachment thing is happening, right?
Right.
The Democrats are trying to get something out of the Republicans in the Senate in order to send the articles into the Senate so the trial can start. The emails that were just leaked, which directly connect Trump to giving the orders on stopping or freezing the aid to Ukraine, so it automatically puts him as the head, right? That just happened literally this weekend, bro. Those emails came out, yeah. So those emails. So first of all, they released.
Who's leaking these? See, that's the weird shit. Who's leaking this shit?
Dude,
it has to be.
You think everybody there likes Trump?
No. But that's my point. Like to me, it's the move is to like release things that kind of make him look bad, but still strengthen his base. Because if you go to where he's like dominant at. These people don't give a fuck.
Well, you know why? This is a oh my god, it's a psychology term.
3D chess.
Is that it?
I don't know.
No. I don't know what it is, but I forgot the name. It's a psychology term when it's like when you have defended something, right? Example, you not only yourself. Like example, I don't know. Let's say Trump. Let's go with Trump, right? So you as a person in I don't know Florida. Right, you defended Trump through the entire 2016 election, right? And you were like, okay, well, maybe once he becomes president, this was your thought, that once maybe once you become he was going to change, he's going to become better, right? Now, The only reason this guy is still a president is because the economy is doing fucking good. Okay? We're all kind of like, okay, you know what?
Do your thing.
Do your thing, bro. Like
We're still good.
the economy is doing good. So as long as the economy is doing good, it's really fucking hard to dethrone a president. So the psychologist was talking about it. He's like, you know, it's no longer his base is no longer supporting him. They're not defending him, but now is a defense on themselves. They're defending their choice to have elected him in 2016. So no matter what he does, they cannot be wrong. Because as soon as you say, okay, fine, we need to impeach this guy,
Right.
you are telling yourself and everybody that knows you that you were wrong.
Well, that's mostly because those voters were attacked.
Exactly. Well,
Even to the even last
now,
week.
yeah,
what's
yeah.
that? What's that fat guy's name? The director, Michael Moore.
mhm.
He came out. He said that I don't know if this stat is real. He said 2 out of 3 white men voted for Trump. It's probably true. He said, so if you see 3 white guys on the street, you should cross the street because 2 of them are probably gonna beat you up. Yo, that's crazy to say. That's like igniting like tension there. But that's also telling voters like, yo, if you voted for Trump, you're racist. And then there's Hillary Clinton calling you like stupid. And then there's other Democrats saying
exactly.
you're dumb.
So the defense of yourself.
So now it's like, fuck, now I gotta stick by this guy no matter what.
Exactly. It's a defense of yourself at this point.
Yeah,
Um,
that makes sense.
So, well, anyways, this guy was talking about it. Some psychologist wrote an article about it, and I think that's what it is. So, anyways, they are these emails get leaked. So Trump is like, holy shit! Now there's a link. Now the Democrats have a stronger argument to say this is the witnesses that we need in order for this trial to be fair, right? Because the Democrats are requesting witnesses on the Senate trial. The Senate majority is saying no, we're not going to give you any witnesses.
Because last time they were shit.
Not only that, but also they're the majority. They decide what the rules are, right? So now with this, the Democrats have a stronger case to request for witnesses.
So he's like, let me bomb the second in
So-
command.
So So this is the question, right? What president, right, during a war, has not been reelected, right? Or during a war has his ratings not gone up? Because as Americans, right, especially this is where the swing voters are, like the middle people that are like, I don't know, maybe yes, maybe no, right? Once they go to war, if we go to war, they're gonna support the president. And what better way to not only get more support, but also distract from the impeachment if you create a war, right? And you had the perfect target to do it. The perfect target, bro.
The thing is, they're saying a lot of his advisors told him not to.
Not to, yeah. Because what you create a void, such a crazy void there. Not only that, but these people, the Iranians, have a lot of power in the Middle East, man. Like a lot of power. By the grace of God, I think the people that were in that Baghdad embassy, did you heard about them? Yeah, they didn't get killed, bro. You heard they were down in a bunker and shit like that.
There's like 16 injured or something like that.
Yeah, but they didn't get killed. Not like Benghazi.
Oh shit.
Benghazi, they were killed. So that didn't happen. But now that they killed this dude, what's the retaliation? You think Iran, right? And they're not, again, the caliphate, right? It's a war against a belief that it's really hard to fight. I don't think you can.
But the thing is that also reveals that Trump is not fucking with the Russians like that, then. Because Russia and Iran,
are cool.
They're strong allies. So if you go and attack Iran, it's like, and if something happens, it's like, is Trump really?
But what if, and this is why the whole World War III starts, right? Because right now, you crack the door open in order for referring to World War II again, the Axis powers to come together again, right? Syria, Iran, Iraq, Russia, China, North Korea, South Vietnam.
But you're putting them together.
Well, yeah, exactly. Those are who will become the Axis power. The same way.
The problem with that is that before, if you go to World War I, those countries were already aligned. That's why shit popped off the way it did, and that's why there's probably never going to be another World War I'm saying probably because the thing is there was such. The thing, the history with World War I dates back 10, 15 years of tensions building up,
Yeah.
until this guy got shot, France, whatever the hell,
Yeah.
France Ferdinand. But there was already those, like you said, those axes, those powers, those alignments, those people already like, all right, if this happens, we're already teaming up against each other.
Mhm.
That was happening before anything happened.
Yeah.
So now it's
It's
like,
always been a thing, I think, where different powers kind of came together.
yeah, but that was more like, if this happens, like if you guys ever have problems with this country, we come together.
Yeah.
That was like deals locked in before anything happened.
Mhm.
Now there's nothing like that right now. That's why I don't think.
Well, you have the UN. The UN is one of those. It's like you attack one, you attack all of us. That's their fucking motto, right?
Mhm.
But there's no anti-UN, organization.
Which could be why Iran and Russia.
Well, think about it, right?
The Bloods and Crips.
Think about it. Think about China, right? Iran, Syria, Russia, and North Korea coming together.
Who risked the most financially?
China. China will risk the most financially.
If they go,
Right.
If they go
But-
against America.
China and Russia. Russia's number 2 when it comes to army power.
What about-
Well, that was in 2017. Even though right now Russia's fucking doing some crazy shit, bro. They came with this program that they're going to send into space to create a base for space. They're doing it. This is not like, oh, maybe no.
That's
This
why
is
Trump created the space force.
yeah, dude. Yes.
Yeah.
So Russia was like, no, we're going to the moon and we're gonna create a base there. So what this is their plan. They're gonna have a base in the moon,
Mhm.
right? From in between moon and the earth, they're gonna have a satellite. There like a station. So then the rocket comes,
Oh,
drops them there, or wraps
stops,
equipment
yeah.
there. It's like a stop, and then from there they go into the moon.
They don't have that already?
They don't have. Well, they do have the international, but they're gonna have their own, like
Oh, separate just for that.
separate for that.
Um,
'Cause it's gonna be
just to get to
military.
the moon.
It's gonna be military, so they can't just all the countries can't share it, right? So it's gonna be just Russian shit. So that's number 1. The other one is that they just released their most powerful submarine ever, nuclear power, which means that the submarine can run forever.
I think I read about that.
Dude, nuclear.
They tested it out.
It's already working. It's already working. It's nuclear power, which means that you don't need gas. You don't need none of that. You put a reactor in the fucking in the submarine, and it just goes forever. It has the supersonic missiles, which no country has an air defense for. It has AI on it, which means that it can detect any defense and kind of find its way around it. It's not predictable. So it's not one of those rockets that goes up and goes next. It just does whatever it needs to do to like get to its target. So that's what Russia has. So Russia, 2017 was number 2. So Russia and China put together the army, crazy.
Was Russia number 2 because they had the biggest growth, or was it
Army wise, they just based on soldiers, based on tanks, based on aircraft, based on technology, how advanced technology was military wise. That's how they ranked them. So U.S. has the most amount of soldiers, right? Including people that are here, but they're not really serving, but they can get called. What is it called? Whatever.
They're here.
They're here. But Russia's number 2. So Russia, China put together, North Korea, Iran.
Reserves.
Reserves, yeah. So you put all those 4 countries together, dude.
That's why I don't think. I don't know.
Oh man, dude, it's crazy, man. I really hope we don't go to war, dude. But
If anything,
that's what I said. I was like, we're too old, first of all.
yeah.
Sorry. Even if they do a draft, we're too old.
Wait, no.
I'm the only male in my immediate family, so therefore I'm automatically taken out.
Isn't the age 28?
I believe it's 27.
Nice.
Yeah. I believe it's 27, but I'm the only male, so I don't get to go. That's it, right? But I really hope it doesn't happen. But
What did you look up? World War III Trump. See what's the latest thing? Because last time I read it was the last thing Trump tweeted was something about the email,
yeah,
and then Yo, he's a clown. He just posted the American flag. No caption.
Nothing, bro.
That's like with Bloods, they just throw up their flags. Throw up my set. That's crazy. Nothing new?
Nothing new. Just same thing he said earlier. But yeah, man. Well, let's hope we don't go to war, man. That's my thing.
I mean, but imagine like a nuclear bomb comes, blows up half of America. Let's go California. Fuck that place.
Kill get rid of the homeless problem.
Start something new. But yo, that homeless shit is serious though.
It is.
That's why I tell people like, yo, honestly, at the end of the day, politics are bullshit because no one's campaign is based off like solving any type of homeless thing.
Yeah.
Like, let's build a place for them. Let's get some funding to clean up the streets. They don't care. Like, nobody's talking about that, and it's mostly because they don't vote.
Yeah.
So they're not people that they have to worry about because they're not going to swing any type of like even small elections. No one gives a shit.
Yeah.
But if you look up the is it San Francisco? No, San Francisco has the poop map.
Yeah.
So they have all the places where bums take a shit, and it's like all over the place.
But this motherfucker should get together and organize it. Like, hey, we're only gonna
Organize
take
shit.
Yeah, we're only gonna take J Street and we're gonna shit only in J Street. You know what I mean? Like,
you imagine the whole sidewalk? Like, no, it's like if you're living on the corner, like those. Have you ever been like before Citibank on 3rd?
Yeah.
And there's those two homeless people. They just sleep. They have their whole bed on the sidewalk.
I haven't seen that, but
Yeah, they're like inside. They're always there. No one moves them. I'm like, alright, this is their apartment. They're chilling. They're not shitting everywhere. But in LA, like imagine that times hundreds.
just there.
Like beds, couches, just there taking up space.
You know, the court also just what's it called? There was a lawsuit to try for the city. There was in the Supreme Court of California where they were saying, like, the city was saying, hey, we cannot allow homeless people to just sleep on the street. You know, if legally we have to kick them out. Like, they were arguing that legally they are allowed to kick them out of the streets, that they can, you know, confiscate whatever property they have or whatever. The court said no. That these people are legally allowed to sleep wherever the fuck they want if it's a public sidewalk. Only if it's private can you do anything about it.
Like, what would you do? Like, if you had, let's say you had unlimited funds to do whatever you want, and you had a neighborhood filled with homeless people, what would you do?
Unlimited funds, bro?
Yeah, just unlimited funds, do whatever you want.
You know, this is the questions like that, like the inner fucking Mussolini comes out, you know, like.
Yeah, that's where I read that book, Ordinary Men, when they say how anybody could have been a Nazi soldier. At that point, it's like, what the fuck can you do? A lot of those people, they're drug addicts, mentally ill. Some of them have like special needs, like they were just born fucked up. So there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
With de Blasio, where they just found out, it's so fucked up. He's been rounding them up in buses and shipping them to New Jersey.
Fuck you, Jersey.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
And Jersey's like, what the fuck? Jersey's like, what the fuck? Their homeless population went up and they just found out, like, look it up. De Blasio.
No way, bro.
De Blasio ships homeless.
The progressive. The progressive de Blasio?
Yeah, but he masked it with something crazy. He's like, he gives them $1,000 and then he's like, for them to fix themselves and then eventually to come back to New York.
Oh yeah.
Did you find it?
Yeah. New York City dumped homeless in Jersey to live in squalor. Investigation. Its latest blow suffered by city host controversial special whatever it doesn't. And de Blasio said the suit came with no warning whatsoever, even though he had spoken to New York Mayor Ras Barak several times over the last year. So Jersey sued them.
Yeah, it was like, what the fuck? now we have to have a poop map. But I'm saying, out of all the things that you could possibly do, that's probably the most like moral, I guess.
5,000. Yeah.
Like, here's $1,000. Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's all you can do because the shit was getting in New York. It was getting to the point where it's turning into LA, And then people started shitting on De Blasio because under Bloomberg, under Giuliani, the shit was.
But this is what I think about homeless people, you know, and I have a bunch of this conversation. People are like, oh my God, don't say that, right? So if you don't have, if the only reason that I can excuse homelessness is if you're old, right? If you're old, too fucking young, or you have a mental illness. Right. Too fucking young, I mean under literally like 13. Like 13 and under, maybe too young, right?
Yeah.
You need help, we'll help you out. But anywhere above that, yo, I don't give a fuck, bro. And I always, people say like, well, you can't say that, don't say that, that's so mean, why not? They're humans. I'm like, you know what, cause fuck you, man. Cause yo, I come from an immigrant family, bro, where people have come to this country not knowing the language, fucking literally walking thousands of miles to get here. You know what I mean? Like going through the desert, through the river that people fucking die, and all this shit. They came here, dude, and they fucking worked, no matter what it was. Any job, not knowing the language, right? All of a sudden, they're sending money back to their home country, right? Well, do they live in a 5-star hotel situation? No, they don't, right? You're probably gonna have fucking 10 people living in one apartment.
But they still have a place.
But they did what they needed to do, right? In order not to be homeless, in order to be able to help their family. So when people ask for pity or like some kind of like empathy when it comes to, especially if I see a young person there,
and go fuck yourself.
It gets me angry, bro. Like it gets me, because I'm like, nah, man. Like I can literally place thousands of immigrants that came to this country not knowing shit. Literally from little poor shit towns in their countries.
Your cousins went. You told me that like they will wake up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
To make food and then go into shopping carts and sell them.
Yeah.
For like 10 hours a day.
Yeah. Like bro, like exactly, like crazy shit like that, bro. You know what I mean? Like.
So your solution is to kill them all.
No. So my whole thing is it just terrible. I think it's like us. Like us that we actually allow this to happen. We as a society, especially in New York, we allow this to happen, right? Because we're like, oh my God, here's $1, here's $5, right? And all of a sudden, these people are like, okay, well this works, right? I'm gonna stay here.
Yo, think about it. On the Upper East Side, you spend 10 hours sitting there.
Yeah.
And you get
$10 an hour, right?
$10 an hour.
$5 an hour, bro. That's $50 you have one day.
Jesus Christ.
There's immigrants that make less than that.
That's also us like going low because all these tourists, they feel the worst.
Yeah. Oh, here.
It's $5.
But this is my whole point. Is like, yo, if we as a society, right, and this might sound bad, right? Instead of being like, okay, well, let's ship them to fucking Jersey, right? Let's just stop giving them money. And then creating shelters, and not shelters, but creating like facilities where these people like, okay, we're gonna diagnose you. Like if you have a mental illness, then the government will take care of you, right? You have to be diagnosed, you have to pass all this stuff. If you don't, then you get put on a track to get a job, right? You get fucking, I don't know, 2 strikes, 3 strikes, whatever it is, right? So same thing like the 3-strike law that they had here, like, okay, we'll help you get a job, right? You go there, you lose your job because you're a fucking crackhead, right? You come back, we'll give you a job again, we'll help you get a job again. You come back the 3rd time, like, this is your last time. After this, we're not helping you anymore. That's it.
But the thing is like, you go in, if someone's diagnosed mental illness, then it's like...
Well, then you get help from the government, right? Because I feel like...
You have a place automatically.
Not a place automatically, but at least you get a little bit more help. You know, like you might be able to be eligible for food stamps, you might be able to be eligible to like, you know, more specialized jobs for people that have certain mental issues. I mean, it's... But the whole thing is that you cannot enable that. That's not, I don't give money to anybody. I've literally given money probably my whole lifetime, maybe I'm gonna go with a good 5 times. Right?
Anytime I gave money, it was like a performance.
Exactly, something impressive.
Oh, yeah, you told me a joke.
Exactly. Like, you know,
little flip.
I had this rapper one time in the train. He was blind. He was singing pretty high, bro. I was like, oh shit, this is awesome, bro. You know, it was during 2016. I remember because he was singing about Hillary and about Trump and shit like that in the train. Yeah. And I was like, you know what, that was pretty awesome, bro. So I gave him $5. I was like, yo, here, you know.
He didn't see what it was.
You entertain, exactly.
Give him $1.
Get a piece of paper.
there you go.
Yeah, I never even thought about that, bro.
How do you know he was blind?
Oh, cause he had those eye
The
thing,
thick.
the thick thing,
And
like that,
the-
and he had the thing. He said it like he was blind, you know.
Oh shit.
Yeah, crazy, bro. All right, enough about this homeless people.
Let's do myth or book first.
Let's do a book.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's good. So, like we said last time, we wanted to start kind of recommending books. I think it also will keep me on track. I think selfishly, this is a thing for me. Last year, I wanted to read 2 books a month, and
That shit's hard.
I missed it. Yeah, I missed it. I missed it by 6 books, which is not bad still. I think it's it was 24,
Okay.
you know, so not bad, but whatever. So this year I'm like, okay, no, I'm gonna try to get at least 2 books a month, right? If not, like I'm gonna go for like 3.
Oh, try to catch up to get to 24.
Well, start now, like so. In, every month read 2 books. So that's what I was saying. Like every episode now, we'll do one of the books that we recommend. And I think we talked about Atomic Habits, and that's a good book I think to start off with, because you read it. I've read it.
How many times did you go through it?
You know what? This is what I was telling you, that I was reading the book. I was in the train, and I was finishing the book literally in the last couple of pages. And I was reading. I saw this guy like standing there on the train next to me, and then he asked me about the book, and I was literally in the last page, bro. When he asked me about it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's a good book." So I finished reading, and he was really interested in the book. You know, he was like, "Oh shit, that's nice." I was like, "Yeah, it's a really good book. It helps you kind of diagnose yourself, and it helps you, prioritize and also create a hierarchy of certain things that you should focus on, and the
Things you should prioritize, yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't focus on." So I was talking to him. So my good deed in that moment was like, you know what, bro? Here, exactly. Yo, bro, here's a book. Take it. You know, he was like, "You sure, man?" I was like, "Yo, bro, take it.
Yeah.
Take the book." I don't regret it, but I feel like I could definitely gotten more if I would have read it again.
So there's times where I've gone through maybe 1 or 2 chapters at a time and have to go back
Yeah.
read it again. Because it's not, the thing is like sometimes, or for some people, you can go through the first 3 or 4 chapters and that's good enough for you.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, they're gonna get 1 thing from the book, other people, they could get 8, 10 things from the book. It's all about what's going on with that person at that moment. So like, from the first time you read it, you could be in a completely different situation. And you could gather something else from it.
Yeah.
That's why you should buy it again, just to like go
Read it
through
again.
But
What do you like about the book?
I guess my main takeaway is there's a couple things. Is when you go to your good habits versus your bad habits, when he makes you like outline both.
Or the neutral, the positive, and the negative?
Yeah, that. But then there's also
Explain what that is, like the list of what he means by neutral, an example of neutral, negative, and then positive.
so if you good habits are, let's say, waking up early.
Mhm.
So if you're supposed to wake up at 7 every day, you wake up at 6:30, give yourself some extra time
Yeah.
to clean your room and do stuff like
So
that.
that's a plus.
That's a good habit. A neutral habit will be something like, I guess, brushing your teeth,
Yeah.
something like that. And then a bad habit will be something easy, staying up late.
Staying up late, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
not prioritize sleeping, something
Yeah.
like that. So depending on the person, depending on their goals, they can outline the habits that play a part into that. So let's say you want to lose weight, put all your good habits that will help you get to that goal of losing weight, neutral habits, and then the bad habits. And then you see, you're like, God damn, that bad habit list, it's long.
Huge.
It's huge, but it's not impossible to come over.
Mm-hmm.
And then his main thing is like, stop categorizing yourself in these little things. Because if you talk to a lot of people, I think we talked about this on the alcohol episode where it's like, oh, I'm a social drinker.
Mm-hmm.
You label yourself as that, mentally you're already putting yourself in a fucked up situation where you have to go towards that. Like, okay, now I have to drink, this is my label. Or I have a sweet tooth, this and that. So he talks about going away from labels. And as I talk about, I'm remembering more. I was trying to just pick one thing. But my main thing was the systems. He's like, you have to create a system. Like, don't just write down the goal and then put, I have to do this, this, and that. You gotta write the system around it that can help you succeed, but not only in a way that's easy, but that is attractive.
Yeah.
So he said, make it sexy.
Mm-hmm.
is the phrasing he uses. So if you want to lose weight, build a system around it. Like, don't have potato chips in your house.
Yep.
Don't order out a lot. Like, build a easy way where it's easier to lose weight, but then also make it attractive towards you. So if you lose a pound, go out to a restaurant.
Reward yourself.
Yeah, reward yourself a little bit. Nothing where it's like you're gonna go a cheat day, like sell that cheat day shit. Find other ways where you can reward yourself. And besides that, there's
The one thing that I really liked about the book is that they give you examples, like one of the, then again, this is kind of how I brought it into my own what's it called, like life. Yeah. One of them is like make your bad habits hard to do, right? Yeah. Like one of them is and this I did to myself, where it was like I'll have my phone right there sometimes, and I'll be on it, and I noticed myself doing like pointless things on it, you know, like just kind of like literally, you know, and then I'll catch myself and I put it away, and it was almost like one of those like, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Just grabbing my phone all the time. So one of the things that he says is like, well, make something that you know is a bad habit, make it hard to happen, right? So one of them is like, well, create distance between them, right? So I was like, all right, well, when I'm home, I put my phone away. So now when I'm home and if I'm gonna like read or I'm gonna watch something on the TV or something, or I'm gonna do something, I put my TV I put my phone on the bedroom. So if I'm on the couch or if I'm here, I gotta get up, you know, and walk my ass to the bedroom to grab my phone. Yeah. That's already creating an extra step into what would lead into a bad habit. Yeah. Right. So I think that was the main thing that I really liked, is like he gave you little examples on how to make something extra hard to do that eventually you're not going to do. And that's what I noticed is like I started doing that to the point that when I'm home, I sometimes I don't even know where my phone is. Like the other day I forgot my phone in the car downstairs, and I didn't realize it was late. I was like, oh shit. So I went downstairs to get my phone. So I've been able to do that. Just my first step. Exactly. My first step was just put the phone in the living room. I mean on the bedroom. If you are in the living room, put it in the bedroom. If you're in the bedroom, put it in the living room, right?
What's your the screen time? Like, did it go down drastically?
Oh yeah. Like the usage. Check, usage. Yeah. Definitely, bro. Like
just by looking at that, I'm like, God damn, I waste how many hours a day just on this stupid app?
So exactly. So. But I think that was one of the best things about the book is that they give you examples like that, like little things on how to accomplish what you think it's hard to do, right? Because you can sit there and be like, okay, well, like I will do it to myself and sit on the couch and be like, well, okay, I'm not gonna look at my phone, but my phone is like literally on arm's reach. Right. So the same thing, like you said, well, don't bring candy or any like garbage food into your house if you know you're trying to lose weight. Yeah. Because now if you are, let's say you like ice cream, right? But you have no ice cream in the house.
And that shit is right in front of you.
Exactly, right? The difference is like, okay, well, if it's in the fridge, right? You can get up, get to the fridge, and get it. But now what if it's not in the fridge? Now you have to get up, put your shoes on, right? If it's cold, you gotta put a coat on. Then you gotta go downstairs, go to the store. Yeah. So all those extra steps makes it really hard for you to continue doing those bad habits.
And sometimes what if you go through all those barriers in order to get that?
So this is where he also explains, he talks about that. It's like, well, you know, if you notice yourself saying, well, okay, fine, I'm gonna get out and
jump out the window.
Exactly, I'm gonna go get my ice cream from the store. If you notice you're doing that, you create another barrier, create another step in there that's gonna make it harder, right? Like, I don't know, fucking put your phone away, or have, like, if you live with someone, make someone accountable for you on that. You know, where somebody's gonna be, hey.
Yeah, that's hard.
Exactly, right? But I feel like that going downstairs to the store is a pretty big, it's a lot of steps too.
But I know people that they'll do it. Fuck it.
Oh yeah.
So to me, at that point, you have to look at the risk to reward benefits of it. It's like, let's say this bad habit is really like gonna take control of your life. Mm-hmm. Like you have to look at it to a point where should I really eliminate this? Like, is this really deter me from reaching my goals?
Mm-hmm.
For most people, a little thing of ice cream is not a big deal.
It's not, yeah.
So if you find yourself like, oh fuck it, I'm still going to the store, still going that, you have to like pay attention to the other parts of your system. Maybe you have to work out a little bit
Mm-hmm.
more. Maybe you have to eat more vegetables throughout the day, drink more water, whatever. Because sometimes it's like that balance. It's like, okay, you create the barriers, but then you still jump into it. Now it's becoming a stressor.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on the person. That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes you always got to go back and see which point in your life is like the most. Not I'm saying like bad habits, but where you just need to change your focus more. Because sometimes you don't know at that moment.
The other thing, like another thing that I did is, and I used this book to like save money and like budget.
Yeah.
One of the things that I did was like, you know, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have $100 in my pocket, right? And I'm gonna give myself $100 for the 2 weeks, right? That's cash that I have, and I cannot use my card for anything.
Just use the $100.
Just have to use my 100. I have food at home, so the day that you don't, so this is now when you have to sit on the couch, right? And you have to now make a decision. Oh shit, okay, well I have $100. It's fucking January 3rd, right?
The last 2 weeks, yeah.
My meal is gonna be like $15 tomorrow. So, and I have the rest of the month to go still. So it makes you think a little bit more on how to use those $100, not only like in a more, in the direction of your goal. For me was to save money. So it was, okay, well I have $100 to spend and this is what I'm going to do. So it forced me to cook more, eat more in. It forced me to not just go out there and just buy whatever, like a coffee.
Just that visual too.
So the coffee situation too, because I was like, okay, well I can't buy coffee. It's $3 out there, right?
$3.
$3 something, yeah.
God
You
damn.
can buy a coffee for $3, $2.99, bro. Yeah, bro, it's crazy.
Coffee.
It depends on the places too that you go. Some places are more expensive than the others.
Jesus Christ.
So what I did is, okay, well I'll get up earlier, right? So that was another habit that was formed because I wanted to save money. Was that I had to wake up at least 15 minutes earlier to get up, do my coffee, get my little fucking coffee container, so I don't have to buy coffee anymore,
Yeah.
and then go out because I calculated I'm paying like 75 cents a cup if I do
So
it myself.
the goal is save money.
Save money.
The system, the part of the system is wake up early, make your own coffee.
And then have $100 on my pocket and I held myself accountable to that I cannot spend more than $100 a month in like things, exactly things, right? And it worked, man. You know, but that was one of my measuring tools was that $100.
Over time, you don't even notice. Too.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
beauty of it. Like sometimes at first, for the first couple of weeks, you obsessive. Like, oh, I gotta fix these habits or whatever. I gotta do this in order to get to the next step. But sometimes it becomes automatic. You wake up early, and you do what you have to do, and then it just becomes a normal process where it's like you don't become a robot, but it's easier to get to where you have to do.
Yeah.
In just like a smoother fashion.
The other thing is like this is like the name of the book itself, like the Atomic Habit. You know, it's not like huge
Right. It's a small
habits. It's like the small ones, like
Yeah.
you know, like get up and just do your coffee. You know, like wake up a little early. At the end of the year, you're gonna save like $1,200. That's how much I calculated. I'm saving coffee if I don't buy coffee in 1 year.
That's you buying coffee 5 days a week.
Yeah, exactly. That's how much I'll save in 1 year, right? So I was like, fuck that. Because sometimes I'll buy 2 coffees, maybe 3 sometimes, depending on the day,
Yeah.
you know? So it was those little like things that I changed, you know, and it didn't happen. I didn't wake up one day, I'm gonna wake up 15 minutes early. I made a plan, my alarm went off and I was like, fuck this. I'm tired, right?
Yeah.
But then I went out, I bought a coffee, and I was like, okay, well, this is now minus $3 out of my $100. So then the next time, I was like, oh, fuck, I can't do that. So I have to, yeah, so it's those little things that you do, you know, like the $100 helped me accountable for waking up 15 minutes earlier to do my coffee.
Those are part of the same system.
Exactly, part of the same system. So it helped me do that. And I think my finances went from being shit to really reasonable, bro. Like, you know, I'm like, we went on a big ass trip the year after when we finished
Peru.
That was a big fucking trip that was more expensive than we
It's life.
than we expected it to be.
Yeah.
But it's one of the things that we're able to do, and it started literally with that. It was with those little rules that I made for myself, which was to save, what is it called, to have $100 in my pocket, and then to like not buy food, not buy coffee out there. And
That's the thing. It sounds so simple, but for most people, it's just.
I'm gonna be. Honestly, it took me about 2 months.
Yeah, that's what
It took me about 2 months of like failure and consistency. Like I think the first month I definitely went over my $100. Like on the third week,
I fucking take 150.
you know. So I was like, oh damn it, you know. And the other thing that I noticed is for me at least, I had a bunch of apps on my phone that was like help you budget. You know.
Yeah.
It didn't help me.
No.
If anything, it made me more anxious. It made me like, what's going on now? You know, like always checking like where am I spending my money, if it's okay and all this shit. So I deleted all that shit and I was like, fuck it, just be old school, you know? Like,
Just check your bank statement. Just see if you want to track. Just the best thing to do is probably write things down.
yeah,
You get that visual at the same time. It's like
visual, physical, and then like the
right.
emotional
There's that
stuff,
slight
writing it
effort.
down.
Yeah, that slight effort. Just like okay, let me just have to write this down. $100 minus 3 today. Fuck, I want to spend more money.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's probably, I would say that like 2 months for me to get used to it. Because honestly, the spending money thing is because I want to set those longer term goals.
Yeah.
I want to go on more trips, eventually move somewhere. So I was like, all right, I need this much money. So in the back of my head, I'm like, am I really going to go out, spend $200 on what? That could have been, I could have put to savings, or could have put to that investment into stocks or something like that. So at that point, it's like, oh shit, now it's automatic to me. Now I don't have to think about it. I don't have to force it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's easier to go off track when you already set those steps before.
Yeah.
So if one day you want to take out $300, you go out to eat. It's okay because for the past 5 months
You haven't been doing it. Yeah.
So
And that's your reward.
yeah.
You know? It's
Sure.
it's a fucking, what is it called? The what he says in the book is like the easiest way. Why bad habits form easier is because the reward is almost instant, right?
They're more attractive.
And they're not long-term rewards,
Yeah.
right? They're like very short-term rewards. So it's like, okay, that's more, you're attracted more towards that short-term reward or that instant gratification. Therefore, bad habits become easier to maneuver. Now, being able to be like, okay, well, fuck, for the next 5 months, I'm not gonna go out, you know, on some fancy dinner or anything like that for 5 fucking months.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna be going out to my friends and you know, for brunch or happy hour, none of that. You put that on the side, right? The long term is to save, I don't know, save $5,000, right? That was your 5-month goal, to save $5,000. Reward yourself with a fucking nice fucking dinner, a quality meats.
Right.
Get that fucking
It
sexy
doesn't have
steak.
to be planned. You don't have to be like, oh, 5 months.
Yeah.
5 months from now, I'm gonna treat myself because then you're gonna be always looking towards that 5 months. Don't even think about it. Just go through each little step. And I think probably the biggest ones are like saving money and losing weight.
Yeah.
I don't know, like drugs. That's another one.
Drugs, yeah, I think, yeah.
Addiction, stopping alcohol. But yeah, I think that's the main ones. But I feel like that book can go to whatever.
Exactly.
Studying,
you can put it into
procrastination, time management.
Yeah, you can put it into anything. It's not just like one thing, you know.
Yeah.
You can pretty much make it fit into anything. I think that's why that book,
I'm gonna buy it for a couple people.
as a gift, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's definitely. And as I say, like I don't regret it, but I have second thoughts about giving it away. You know.
You better become a cure cancer or
Some
something.
shit. And it was definitely a good book, and that's like one of my favorite books actually that I read in 2019.
Cool.
Yeah, and then so that's our recommendation when it comes to books. Next week we'll have another one, and then the other one that we want to do is myths, right? Let's do January as myths.
So for
This
we
one
covered the losing 7 pounds in a week.
in a week, yeah.
I saw another fucking post.
About it?
Literally the 2 days after, this girl was like, buy this tea and you'll lose 5 pounds in a week. I was like, I give up.
It's always gonna be it.
It's never gonna die. I just admitted, I was like, alright, might as well just educate as many people as possible, but
It's gonna be it, you know.
it's the easiest marketing tool, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like you can post a picture like slouching and then putting your belly out and then stand there straight like your belly and be like, this happened in 5 days or whatever, or 6 days.
Yeah.
And then people are gonna buy your stupid program, but Yeah. So the myth for today is, should you foam roll?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is where it gets complicated just because fitness is like this wide range of like, what are you doing? Pilates, yoga, CrossFit, bodybuilding, strongman, powerlifting. Like, what are you using the foam rolling for?
Yeah.
So, for the most part, let's go personal first. Like, when's the last time you foam rolled?
Wow. Probably like a year ago, maybe. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. That's I'm not so this is, I think it was good that we're talking about this because I'm not a big foam roller.
Mm.
I will do a lot of mobility drills, a lot of stretching, but foam rolling for me, one, I hate it. My back is okay. I like for my back, but anywhere else, like I hate it. I don't like it.
Pain wise.
Pain wise, because it's painful. I think it's uncomfortable, and I honestly believe that you can get better results from doing other things, right?
Okay.
So that's my whole thing. And then also, like, if you read about it, right, there are a lot of benefits for foam rolling, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then those benefits, some of them are like, okay, well, this definitely works for this,
Yeah.
right? And then some of them are like, well, it might work, so we're not sure yet, you know?
Yeah. The main one is the so it's the post workout recovery, right?
Mhm.
So the thing is, when I see people foam rolling, they will do it pre workout,
Mm-hmm.
which to me doesn't really make sense. If like I guess you're trying to release the muscles, you're trying to
Warm up,
yeah,
create
stimulate.
circulation, and all that.
So when the studies they have, it's like, yeah, if you press onto your muscles, there's gonna be some circulation there. So that's obvious. But the main point is, should you be spending your time on that? That's where I disagree on.
Mm-hmm.
Because why would you spend 10 to 15 minutes foam rolling to so-called warm up when you could be starting to activate those muscles that will help you on your whatever exercise you're gonna do? So if you're gonna do squats, why not do body weight squats? Why not do lunges? Why not do
Actually, warm up using the movement.
yeah,
Yeah.
doing lighter movements or different complex movements to help activate those muscles that you are used to feeling. So that's where it's like, if you have the time, fuck it. But in terms of performance, you're probably not going to see a huge benefit from foam rolling rather than actually doing lighter exercises with just body weight or lighter weight, or just doing, even if you do one set of leg extensions, to me it benefits more than foam rolling your quads. I never, well actually, maybe one time I foam rolled my client's quad just because that's what he was used to doing.
Yeah.
And I was just like, why?
Yeah, that's one thing I don't really do with my clients at all. The one thing that I like to really use, or that me personally, is on my lats, especially when I'm trying to create more
Range of motion.
range of motion on my shoulders.
Mhm.
I think it's a good way. So I'll do like some pull-ups, stretch, some pullovers, and then I kind of will get in there. But I don't roll on it a lot. I kind of just get in there, find a
Yeah, that's the thing. There's different. There's that rolling back and forth.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why people do that. And then there's the deep pressure
Yeah.
point
And
type
then
of foam rolling.
dig in there, and I kind of just stay there,
Yeah, and I think that doesn't make sense to me, because why would you start to create scar tissue or break down the muscle before you work out?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's gonna feel good. Like, it's like getting a massage,
Uh-huh.
but I never recommend massage pre-workout. You wanna go dynamic movements, get the blood flow. That's more effective. Now, when you try to go post-workout, this is where the shit's up in the air.
Yeah.
There's another thing where they're debating like the ice baths.
Mhm.
Now they come out that, you know how everybody was doing the ice baths post workout? Now it's coming out that can actually decrease muscle growth.
Oh shit.
Doing it post workout, that you should probably wait 2 days, was it 36 hours or 42 hours or something like that. But if you do it immediately post workout, that starts to break down the protein synthesis and the recovery. So now they're just figuring that out. But
Yeah.
my thing is with the foam rolling, you just spent an hour, 2 hours breaking down muscle. Now you're gonna roll on it to do what? Create
Yeah.
more blood flow, maybe alleviate more tension, but
I think there needs to be more more like what's it called, specific like studies done when it comes to foam rolling.
Get powerlifters, get bodybuilders, get runners, get triathletes.
Athletes, not the average human, you know.
Right, but cater to each one. So a powerlifter foam rolls pre and post. A foam roll, powerlifter doesn't foam roll, and then a powerlifter does nothing
Yeah.
and just goes straight into lifting. And then test it out. See what is the difference in terms of range of motion, power output, and then general numbers. There aren't that studies like the link I sent you there.
Yeah. It's a lot, but there's not
Like a concrete
exactly
thing. So that's with most things. That's where people. That's what I'm saying. Like it depends on your sport and depends on what methods you're implementing now. Because if you're foam rolling now pre-workout and your workouts are great and you have the time for it, fuck it, keep doing
why
it.
not exactly.
But don't feel pressure just because you see everyone in the gym. If you do a couple leg swings and bodyweight squats and you feel warmed up, fuck it, go. But honestly, there's no studies now where it shows that you're gonna get a crazy performance benefit if you roll out your quads pre-workout.
Yeah. And one of the things that they say when it comes to foam rolling is that it doesn't affect your athletic performance.
Right, they'll put them on
It
the
says that it
treadmill.
doesn't affect it like in a negative way, but it also doesn't say it aids your
There's
athletic.
no performance benefit.
Exactly, it doesn't aid your performance benefit. So it kind of it's. I agree with you. It's where I never really took interest in it, especially after reading a lot of reading into you like, well, this kind of leaves it in the gray zone. Like yes or no, you can do it if you like it.
Yeah, I go with do what works for you, but also don't feel pressure to do it. Or if it's like uncomfortable, don't feel like, fuck, I got a foam roll pre-workout.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, for the most part, I always go back to the Bulgarian athletes. They didn't fucking foam roll.
The
Those
Bulgarian?
The Russian athletes, they didn't fucking foam roll. Those were Olympic athletes. But at the same time, it's what's trending now. So now it's the recovery is the fancy thing. So for the past 10 years, what Dennis said when he was training, he used to carry it in his the foam roll in his backpack.
Yeah.
The blue, what's that?
Yeah.
And then that's a great way of marketing.
Now everybody knows what it is.
Yeah, so now that's played out.
Yeah.
Now you gotta walk around with a fucking
Gun, bro.
the gun,
The
yeah.
massage gun.
Oh, what is that?
The-
The vibrating foam roller.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's with that whole thing now. Like it's not just a regular foam roller. Now they have a mechanical foam roller that vibrates. Right.
Soon it's gonna turn into a dildo. You have to stick it up your ass. Maximum recovery. Up your asshole. Oh my god.
But I try them, and honestly, other than the numbing feeling that you get, I think it's what you feel relaxed, right?
Yeah.
Is that by high vibration on your muscle and your nervous system, just going at it.
This is the vibrating foam roller.
Formula, right? Or even the gun. They both feel the same for me. And then you let go, you stop, and that what it does, it kind of inhibits the nervous system in that area. That vibration literally does that. It inhibits the nervous system, the vibration, which theoretically is supposed to then relax the muscle, right?
Thing is, a relaxed muscle isn't a lengthened muscle. That's my thing.
Yes.
And there's a difference between a short muscle that's tight and a long muscle that's over lengthened. A muscle that's over lengthened can be tight, and a short muscle can be tight as well. So even though it's relaxed, even though, like, let's say this is tense, and then after you do the gun shit, you go like that, the muscle's still fucking tight.
Yeah.
So even if you go into squatting and those muscles are whatever relaxed, your movement's still gonna be shit because the muscles aren't restored to their normal lengths.
Yeah.
So if you do a pre-workout, it's like, if anything, you're gonna get hurt, or you'll feel something tweaked the same way before if you didn't do the gun.
Yeah. I never done foam rolling and then felt like, oh my god, okay, let me go kill this workout. Like I've done foam rolling, I'm like, fuck, I can't wait.
That's the article said it was the sympathetic nervous system.
Yeah.
It was I think it increased with foam rolling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it helps you increase. Yeah.
That's what it said. Yeah.
So like for me, no, like I prefer, dynamic warm up, some mobility drills.
Yeah, it gets your mind going.
And then get right into that movement prep. You know, whatever you're gonna squat, like you said, either start with like body weight squats, slow your tempo, go into, I don't know, some core activations, you know, and then that for me, just from that warm up, I'm pretty much like sweating at that point, like.
And that's probably 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, and then I'm ready. You know, like I go there, I'll do some whatever to get my body actually ready.
I feel like if you walk into the gym and the first thing you do is lay down, it's like,
yeah.
I don't want to do shit right now. And then after that, you gotta get your nervous system going.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I think for me, like you said, if you feel like it helps you, and you like it, go for it, you know? But me personally, I don't use it with my clients. I don't own a foam roller. The one foam roller that I own, I gave it to you.
Yeah, I don't know where it's at.
Because that shit was hell.
The rumble roller.
The rumble roller.
That one for calves.
Yeah, it's good. Because it has a little thumb feeling on it. Like
yeah.
That sticking.
Yeah, that one sometimes for like calves, you can go back and forth.
Yeah. But exactly. For little things like that, like I said, also my lats when I'm like for either like squats or benching, like my lats is pretty good. I like to get in there, just kind of put pressure into it. But I can also use anything. You know, I don't have to use really a foam roller. Like sometimes I get into like the bar itself.
The bar.
And I just get in there and I just kind of move my arm around. You know.
Do a couple reps and then
it feels better. Exactly. So it doesn't really have to be a foam roller for me.
Yeah, that's the thing people have to be cautious about. Anytime something new comes out, you gotta be wary of the marketing. Because most times it's like, all right, what was this shit I saw? It was you know that thing you use to like put the knots out on your back?
I have one. Yeah.
So you put it on your back, and then on the other side it has you bring it out.
I literally have it, bro. Like, where is it? Well, I think it's in the other room.
Yes. So you know those Instagram ads when they're spying on your life? So this side had the gun.
Wait, is one like this was mechanical?
So it's this the exact same. So this part has the gun, the dildo gun.
Yeah.
And then this part has an icer. The ice ball. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
So you do
Hyperice, yeah.
One side you do the gun shit,
and the other shit is like.
Yeah, I forgot to save it and send it to you. I was like, yo, this shit is getting crazy out here.
I honestly like this one though.
That one you can.
I like because you can like it's almost like having a thumb in whatever muscle in your back, the front. Because it has for the neck. Then this is for the back. This is for your neck. So I like it. This I like. I'll pick this over a foam roller any day.
Yeah, because you can hit specific spots, but again, it's not necessary.
What is this called, by the way?
No fucking idea.
It looks like an S.
Butt plug.
It looks like a butt plug, like a weird.
The fuck.
It looks like a backward S, and it has a lot of.
Let's say
weird
trigger
things.
point.
S shape.
I'm gonna start walking around with that shit.
Just have this.
Because the thing about it looks so fucking weird. People gonna be like, yo, what the fuck is that? Yeah. Oh, he's a massager. I'm personal trainer. Here's my card.
Boom. You done it.
Marketing.
No, yeah. So I think at the end, it's I personally don't use it, and if I don't use it, I always tell people like I will never make you do something.
Are there still trainers at Crunch spending 25 minutes phone rolling with their clients?
Yes.
Oh my! I remember what's that tall guy's name? Oh, who fucking cares? He was like skinny. He never worked out before.
Tom.
No, his brother. He could have been his brother.
Dude, I don't even know, bro.
It was spiky hair, rock, whatever. This dude would come in and spend like. One of my clients told me this. Like he would work out while he's training someone, and he's spending 20 minutes phone rolling with the client. And the client's like, when the hell are we gonna get to the workout?
Shit.
And he's like, well, you know, we gotta go through the procedures. I gotta go through each one. That shit.
No, there's some people that still do that. Yeah.
Because I think they teach it on the like when you go into the is it onboarding?
Onboarding, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if they do it. I don't know, but I see some people still doing it there. And I'm always like, well, you know,
Do you?
again, exactly like, what am I gonna say to that? You know, because again, if they like it, right, and if you're not spending fucking the whole hour on it, then I personally don't use it, honestly. I don't use it with myself, I don't use it with my clients, and then the times that I do use it, it's for very specific like movements, you know, nothing major.
That shit reminds me of I've been training him for like almost 3 weeks now. And he went to physical therapy for 10 years. And because he has a minor scoliosis, C curve in his upper back. It's minor.
Yeah.
And I could see it, like when he walks, like he extends his right leg right away, moves his right shoulder first a lot. And when he took off his shirt, I saw the curve. I was like, all right, it's there. So now we gotta just work on your core and the rest of stuff like that. But he said when he would go to PT, they would put like a needle inside his bicep, his lats, his rhomboids, his traps, and they'll see the EKG.
Yeah.
The EKG to see like
The spikes.
the activation and the spike. So then when they put on the right side, they'll see the right side's more active and the left side's more active. I'm like, I could do that with my eyes. And he's like, yeah,
You
but
can see it.
yeah, I can see that with movements and you just standing there. He's like, yeah, but they need to justify the billing, so they can keep doing the massage treatments.
Oh.
So then he's going to PT for 10 years, and they're making him do bird dog, cat cow. He's doing the same shit, and the pain's getting worse. But then each time they like try to re-diagnose, they put the needle in. They're like, oh, the EMG, he needs more massage. So he went to like 6, 7 different PTs, and it was the same shit. I was like, all right, we'll ease into it, we'll work out. But each time he walked out of there, he was like, he would wake up with pain, lower back pain, left knee pain, and then right shoulder pain. It already tells me his whole body.
The whole
His whole body,
transfers,
his whole body. Even his pelvis is probably fucked up, causing that whole shift. So then we've been working out for 3 weeks, no pain,
Nice.
no problem. Crazy increase in range of motion. When he walked in, his shoulder he was like up to here.
Yeah.
He's all the way back to the wall.
Damn.
He was like, what the fuck? I wasted 10 years. So much, like, he was telling me this shit, and like, he got emotional. He was like, I went to this fucking PT for 10 years. They did all this shit to me, and it was a fucking scam. I was like, what they'll do, I felt so bad. What they'll do is they'll get a room. I told you, they have like the table set up.
Yeah.
And thing is, I feel bad for them too, because you spend so much money for schooling and stuff, and then you get out to the field and you realize you can't really make that much money.
Mm-hmm.
So what these guys do, they try to see 4 people within an hour. In the same hour.
So that's what there's like 30-minute, like they actually hands-on.
If that,
Yeah.
it's 15. It's 15 like exercise. The rest is, all right. I have a table for massage. I have a table for traction, neck traction. I have a table for electrocution, get it stabbed. And what he'll do, or what the BT does, and this is not just one. This is like over 10 years. They'll just be on a rotation. So he'll see someone, he'll check off. He'll be like, all right, we're gonna do this today. Boom, build the insurance or whatever. It's a reoccurring thing, and that shit just.
Crazy, bro.
Like, I hate talking shit about almost every episode, but at a certain point, I feel like it's gonna get worse just because of how expensive schooling is, and how shitty experience these kids getting out to the field, like they have none.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's like when we.
So you think you did a better? You think your track
was the perfect,
the
perfect one.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that because. Like looking at the field how it is now, it's like you learn exercises, you learn movement, you learn and you get experience with different type of bodies, different type of injuries, and then you go into anatomy and stuff. So I could have went into anatomy, but I went into massage where I still learned it, and it was still hands on.
Yeah.
So I got that portion now. So now it's like in order to go to the next step, I could get the PT license and just have the doctor, but I don't think the knowledge is any different.
Yeah.
Like I think I already
You know, you're there.
Yeah, for the most part, especially after talking to Mike,
Mm-hmm.
the Dr. Mike, he's like, you're gonna be bored in your classes because you're gonna know more than them,
Yeah.
and you're gonna know a lot of the stuff they're saying is bullshit. But they're still teaching the same shit from like.
Exactly. That's the other
10,
thing. Is like
15
how
years ago.
long, how much has it changed, or how much hasn't it changed?
It's not even about change. It's like keeping up with it. After you graduate, still studying, still learning.
Yeah.
A lot of people that don't do this shit. But these guys, Mike and his partner, they still go to conferences. They still update their knowledge and stuff. That's why they're able to actually help people out instead of doing this fucking. I never heard of that fucking needle into the muscle shit.
Me neither. I mean, I figured that's what it was that we're trying to.
I've heard of it when it was like studies, like when they try to see how much quad activations in for the squat
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But I never heard of it like.
Just to see where you got a massage and what
No,
muscle is
just
more
to-
active than the other.
Yeah, just to justify billing, and I was like,
Shit.
yeah,
Man, that fucking sucks, bro.
yeah, go phone roll.
Yeah,
Find
don't
a-
phone roll.
Find a good PT.
That's the consensus there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if I had to vote, if I had to be like, well, where do you stand? You know, like if you have to choose, I think I will go with like, listen, it's not bad, but there's better things you can do. There's better ways you can use your 10 to 15 minutes to warm up with that you're gonna get better results at the end than foam rolling. So it's not like it's not like it's extremely bad. It's not the what's it called, the fit T kind of bad.
Yeah,
You know, but also there's like, well, if you're coming in for an hour to work out,
Don't you drop on the floor.
exactly, use the first 10 to 15 minutes like in the most efficient way you can use it.
Yeah.
And foam rolling, I don't think is the most efficient way you can use it. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, efficient.
Foam rolling is not the most efficient way to actually get results, warm up, or even post workout.
There's one guy that they asked him, he's like one of the top strength and conditioning coaches. He's like, hey, what do you think about foam rolling? He's just burning all those shits. Don't talk to me about foam rolling. He was like, wait, you don't. He said, fuck that shit. There's nothing. I've never worked because he works with actual like baseball players, football players. He's like, I never even like walked past the foam roller in my facilities because it's just a waste of fucking time.
Yeah.
I was like, alright. But that's that camp.
Yeah.
Then you have the other camp where all they do is fucking do, I don't know, some FRC, the functional range
System?
I think that's this. It's either FRC or FRS, something like that, whatever. But there's certification where they just focus on releasing, range of motion, and just spending like 20, 30 minutes pre-workout. I'm like, what the fuck do you start the
Workout, exactly, you know? Because use the warm up, I mean, if you're doing an hour is pretty, you have to be efficient on your time to get a really good
The
workout.
thing
an
is,
hour.
like, if you spend, like, just doing one body part, you gotta do your bicep, tricep, your lats, your legs.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? That's,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah, so at the end, I think consensus, if you don't, I think we both agree that don't foam roll.
Yeah.
Well, not that don't foam roll. Be more efficient on your.
If you like religiously foam roll now, try different warm up and dynamic movements before, without foam rolling. See if there's a difference.
Yeah.
Because if you don't try anything else, you're not gonna know.
Yep.
Was that thing of ignorance? Like if you don't know, you don't fucking know.
Yeah.
So try something else, and then you'll be like, oh shit, this is way better than fucking just.
See how you feel. See your energy level. Like, you know, I think it will be very
Yeah,
different.
and if it doesn't work, go back to foam roll.
Exactly. Yeah. Because again, it's not bad, but it's just not the most efficient thing to do. So. All right.
So if we don't get bombed by Iran,
If our World War III doesn't happen,
yeah,
we'll be okay. We'll be here next week.
right.
Peace.
Peace out.
It's an hour and 13.
Let me go watch the dog whisper.
The next week you want to do